What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fine Wine 216 family. This is episode 5. Welcome. If this is your first time, definitely subscribe, like, and also follow me on Instagram at Fine Wine 216. Today we're going to be talking about a touchy subject. Today I'm going to analyze if it's smart. Nah, bro, I'm going to lose what little following I have. Nah. So today we're going to be analyzing the topic of sex and when you should have it based on how seriously you want your partner to take you. I don't know. It's kind of complicated, but I just want to say before we even get started, this is from my perspective as a straight, cisgender man, but this could apply to man, woman, regardless of your sexuality. There are strategic things that you can do to make sure your partner is taking you as seriously as possible. I'm not trying to demean women and reduce them to what they can offer sexually, nor am I trying to tell women what to do with their body. It's just about being strategic as possible to make sure you get to your end goal. Because this is sort of complicated, and I know a lot of my community is going to be visual learners. Y'all love the graphs that I put up. I put this concept in a graph so that y'all can follow along. I know I'm taking y'all back to elementary school, but bear with me. This is a regular graph, and I don't know why I said regular. But look, imagine on the x-axis there's time, and specifically the time that passes before you all have sex. Now this time is relative to the individual, which is the tough part, but it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months, it could even be years. Damn! On the y-axis, you have an arbitrary guide of how serious your partner is willing to take you. So you get it, like right here, there's time, that could be days, weeks, whatever. And then on the y-axis, if it's down here, I'm not taking you serious at all. All the way up here, we're getting married. Let's get married, baby, let's get married. Again, I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. This is just my personal experience of what happens when I have sex with someone sooner as opposed to later. So let's say my time period is weeks and I have sex within the first week of meeting whoever she is. Again, for me, that's going to result in a lower range of how serious I'm going to take this person. As you can see, the more time that passes by, the more serious I'm going to take that person. Alright, so we've gone into detail about what happens when you have sex early as opposed to late, but now let's figure out why. Side note, so anyone who knows me in real life knows that my absolute favorite person from history outside of Jesus Christ himself is Muhammad Ali. I mean, there's a lot of reasons that we don't have time to get into right now, but just know that this man is literally the background on my phone. There's a story in this book where he basically describes a conversation he's having with one of his daughters, and she's wearing like a revealing outfit. And he looks at her and smiles and says that, you know, everything in this world that's valuable is very, very hard to obtain. You can't just get oil by turning on your faucet. It doesn't rain oil. You know, you have to mine, go deep in the exact spot in the earth to actually find it. The same thing applies to gold, diamonds, etc. He goes on to say that as a woman, your body is the most valuable thing and it should take just as much work to access it. Now, I love Ali, as I just said, but I have to acknowledge that reducing a woman's value down to her body is problematic, but I do think he has a point that can apply to both men and women. So the reason there is even a relationship between sex and how serious I'm going to take you is because if you want me to take you serious, but then you have sex with me early, at that point, you don't really have enough information to make a decision like that.
Fake news. Go ahead.
At a week, let's just say it's a week because a week is early for me. You don't know me from a white bag of rice.
What?
At a week, you have no idea if the person I'm presenting to you is the same person that I actually am. So I say all that to say that it just makes sense if you want to be serious with someone that you would wait to make sure you're experiencing the real version of them. And you know how I know this is real? I just thought about this. Any job that you get, any job, but typically corporate jobs, you have a 90-day probation period. If you mess up, you can be fired immediately. On top of that, you have a year waiting period before you can participate in their retirement plan usually. It's not on the first day. So it's the same thought process. You have to show that you're serious for them to actually take you serious. And more importantly, if it's a week, on my end, I'm thinking like, yo, what did I say in a week's time to convince her to do all that? The logical thought process is just like, okay, if she did that with me in a week, it's gonna take the next 2 to week or a day even. Like, who's to say, like, what happened for you to do all of that? There should be nothing that I can say in a week's time for you to make a decision like that, because you should wait to see if it's true. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yo, why did you do all that? Like, did it because you think I'm cute? Because you think I'm smart? Because you like how I dress?
Boy, if you don't...
All of those attributes are not only common, but it's extremely surface level. It's not, in my opinion, a reason to go there if and only if you're trying to get that person to legitimately take you serious. But here's the crazy part about all this. So you would think that because I had this equation going on in my head that I personally was trying to wait as long as possible to have sex. And yeah, unfortunately that wasn't the case. I was trying to have sex as soon as possible, even knowing that I am the way that I am. And it's crazy because like there was almost this disappointment that happened when I finally did it, because it's like, here I was having such high hopes for you, and then we just had sex. But looking back on them situations, the girl was probably thinking the same exact thing. I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all feel about this hypothesis and topic. Like, subscribe, and as always, follow me on Instagram at